Okay, we're going to take a look at the Phillips dual dock iPhone, iPad with lightning connector clock radio. I actually had a question come up just really recently about how you set the alarms on the clock radio here. So the way to do that is actually not really straightforward, so we're going to go ahead and walk through it. First, remember that you have multiple sources for how you're going to use your alarm. It's either going to be a buzzer, or it's going to be the dock 1, which is the dock in front of the lightning connector, dock 2, which is the one in back, or it'll be the radio itself that's built into the clock radio. So the first thing we're going to do in order to set the alarm is to see how to turn on the alarms and get to their settings. First, we have to choose the alarm that we would like to use. Either alarm 1, which is right here, or alarm 2 here. Let's take a look at alarm 1 first. Press it once. You'll see that currently it's showing 5 a.m. on weekdays. It'll time out very quickly. So you see that? 5 a.m. weekdays. And also on the left, you'll notice it's triggering the radio. Okay? So on the FM radio, actually. So what we're going to do now is try to set alarm 1. So to get, again, to alarm 1, to set it, we go and we press alarm 1. Now we have to hold it. Press and hold. Beep! Now it's set and ready to change the time. So we're going to do that. Go ahead and set the time. The time is set using the dial pad on the right. We go up. Let's do it again here, because it times out very quickly. Up or down. Okay. This sets the hour. That's the first one that you can change. Going to leave it at 5. Now we're going to switch to the other part of the alarm, which is the minutes. To do that, we're going to need to press alarm 1 again. Oops. Now that we've done that and we've set the time, we're going to need to get to the second part of the alarm, which is the minutes. So we press on the center button here of this right-hand side dial pad, which allows us to set the minutes, like if we wanted to get up at 5:30 as opposed to getting up at 5 a.m. But in our case, we're going to still want to get up at 5 a.m. during the weekdays. So we go back here to 0. Okay, now we press the center pad again. Okay, that's the OK button. We're okay with it. Okay, press that. Now, we need to choose what days of the week this alarm is going to trigger. To go up or down will allow us to change the days of the week. Let's say that we want to have this alarm only go off during the weekdays. That would be Monday through Friday. We would go ahead and set that alarm to read Monday through Friday. If we wanted to have the alarm just go on the weekends, we would set Saturday, Sunday, or for the entire week, Sunday through Saturday. And we're going to leave it for the weekdays. Again, click OK when we're done. Remember, up and down changes the option, and OK allows us to proceed to the next part of the alarm setting. Right now it's set on FM. If we wanted to change it to buzz, we could do it like here by going up to the next one. This will do the actual alarm sound, beeping. Keep doing that. We can switch to playing whatever is on our iPhone or iPad in dock 1, to dock 2, whatever's on the iPhone or iPad in dock 2, the FM, and of course the buzz. Looks like they took out the aux radio option for triggering that. So I'm going to leave it at FM for now. I'm going to click OK. The next setting is to set the volume. So I'm going to set the volume here. I found that 8 is generally a pretty good volume because it starts very low when it's on the radio, generally very soft sound, and then it increases over time. So it allows you to wake up without necessarily being red alerted out of bed. Click OK on that. Now we've set alarm 1. But as you noticed, it's only set for the weekdays. We now need to set a different alarm for the weekends. To do that, we'll need to use alarm 2. Press and hold on alarm 2. Now we choose the time. Let's say on the weekends we want to get up at 8. We're going to sleep in a bit. Set the minutes. Again, those are fine, so we click OK again. Now we change this, instead of every day of the week or the weekdays, we change it to the weekends. Okay, we do like the fact that it's on the radio, and it will play whichever radio station this radio is tuned to. You don't have the ability to choose a different radio station to play for the alarm as opposed to whichever one it's tuned to right now. So if you tune it to static, you're stuck with static. Again, watch out, it'll time out during this process, so you've got to move fairly fast. Change it to weekends. And again, I'm leaving it at FM so I can listen to my radio. Volume 8. Done. Now I have different weekday and weekend alarms. You'll notice that the use case for this, the problem that you might have, is that you will not be able to set different day and weekend alarms for 2 people at the same time. In other words, you and your partner or spouse, you would not be able to set up to have 2 different weekday alarms, alarm 1, alarm 2, and a third alarm for the weekends. Wouldn't happen. The only way to accomplish that scenario is to have 2 clock radios, because it just doesn't have the ability to have that many alarms set with that many different weekday and weekend times. So that's how to set the alarms in the Phillips dual dock iPhone, iPad clock radio with lightning connector. Oh, and one more thing I forgot to remind you all of. How do you turn on and turn off the alarms without changing their times? Well, let's do that. To do that, it's just a double click. Now alarm 2 is turned on. Alarm 2 is turned off. But it's done from the settings area. That's why it's kind of like a double click. Click to get into settings. Click to turn off. In other words, no press and hold. If you press and hold, that will allow you to change the settings. Just clicking turns on or turns off the alarm. So we click to get in and a click to turn it on or off. Please let me know if you have any questions inside of the YouTube comments. Really appreciate it. Please subscribe if you can. And yeah, that was our first Netwise Life Mentor Guide. Hope you have a great weekend.